Finally, after a really long cold spring, most of the country now is warm by day and by night. We're having these wonderful, wonderful warm days. Growing conditions are fantastic now with the high light levels and the super long days. And everything's really growing apace now. The trees are finally all in full leaf, flowers are blooming, and it's looking absolutely fabulous. And of course, this time of year is an absolutely brilliant time of year for gardening events. Gardeners World Live starts in a few days' time. But of course, a couple of weeks ago, we had the Chelsea Flower Show. Also, they had fantastic weather, lucky for them. And I noticed this year there was some sort of different trends at Chelsea this year. One in particular was a move towards more loose, natural looking gardens with wild flowers and reclaimed materials. And talking of wild flowers, in my own garden, I've got an incredible wild flower called a fumitory. It's got this wonderful feathery fern-like foliage, absolutely stunning, with those lovely pink flowers. And it's that funny time of year as well, isn't it, where we're kind of in that in-between time as well in our gardens. All the spring bulbs have gone now, all their colour is gone, and the herbaceous borders and the perennials aren't quite in full flower. But there's still plenty to do in the garden, and one important thing to do is to keep things really well watered and fed. Now, if you're not an experienced gardener, it's very easy to get caught out with underwatering. Even after a shower, some pots and planters and troughs won't be properly wet, so keep a proper check that you're keeping your hanging baskets and all those planters nicely wet, and use a liquid tomato feed. It has all the main elements that the plant needs and some trace elements, and that will keep your plants looking really, really healthy for a long, long time, right the way through to autumn. Now, there are other jobs that you need to do in the garden. In particular, we were talking about perennials. When they get really tall, as we have here with this wonderful delphinium, this gorgeous blue delphinium I'm very proud of, by the way. Earlier on in the year, I actually put some bamboo canes, some sturdy bamboo canes at the base of the plant just to support those stems, because if we do get heavy rain, heavy showers or windy conditions, those could very easily snap off, and that would be very disappointing after all the effort I've put into growing this plant. Roses, the roses at the moment are only just coming into flower, and this one's got many, many buds. But after they're finished flowering, you need to deadhead your roses. And that's very, very simple to do. All you need to do is trace down the stem under the main flower head to about a thickness of between a knitting needle and a pencil, and just cut above an outward facing leaf. And what you'll find is after a few weeks, a new shoot will arise from that position, and that will give you a new flower spike a little later in the year. Something else you need to do as well in the garden this time of year is keep on top of the pests and diseases. So if you do that earlier in the season, before they build up, it's much easier to keep them under control. In my raised bed over here, I've got hostas. This year, slug-free and snail-free. I've made my own concoction here of cinnamon and garlic mixed with water. I just spray that over the foliage in the evening time, and that fragrance, that smell, keeps those slugs and snails at bay. It's absolutely fantastic for the environment. There's no nasties in this, but it does what it needs to do, and it keeps those hostas free from all those holes and bites from the slugs and snails. Over here as well, another job you want to do once you're sure the birds have finished nesting is hedge cutting. I've got a lovely Elaeagnus hedge at the back here that soon needs to be trimmed. I'm going to use my Webb cordless hedge trimmer to trim that and get that looking nice and sharp and in shape again. And when you trim the hedge, always make sure you keep it wider at the base and at the top. Taper it to the top. That will let light in all the way down the hedge, plus it will give the structure of the hedge much more strength in sort of wind and heavy rain. Something else you can do now as well, and they've been driving me mad, but something else you can do now if you want to is remove those spring bulbs that have faded. I've actually left these couple of bunches in. I've taken all the rest out, but once your tulips or your daffodils get to this point where they've all gone yellow and crispy, you can actually cut them away or just give them a gentle pour. If they come away from the ground, you can remove those now, so you don't need to keep putting up with all that ugly looking foliage. And finally, things like line trimming you can do as well. When the grass grows up against the edge, the mower sometimes doesn't reach those positions. Go along with a line trimmer, my Webb cordless line trimmer, you can take that grass away, and when you mow, you get that really, really professional look. So plenty to do in June this month, but the most important thing is to sit back and enjoy it, savour the weather, enjoy the warmth, and just enjoy the rewards of your labours and the beauty of your wonderful garden.